Hi, Diddy and Ray. I'm here at 51 Brubaker in Walnut Creek. This is 3 bedrooms, and although the listing and the public records show 3 bathrooms, it's actually 2.5 bathrooms, and I'll show you that in the video. And it is 2,105 square feet, built in 1967. And as you know, this is not listed currently, but it will be on Monday, and it'll be listed at $1,050,000. This was built in 1967, and Eric may have mentioned this to you, and I may have said something in Messenger, but this is the original. Everything is original, so basically the whole house will need to be updated. The one thing, though, is that although it is the original, it's actually in really good condition, so the owners took good care of the home. It's what you would hear, and you often we'll hear the term, it's got good bones. So the foundation feels good. There's some areas where there's some root intrusion from these trees next to it, but outside of that, from a soil perspective, it's solid. And the owners just took good care of it. It just looks old, and it is. And again, this is one that you'll want to think of doing upgrades over time because, you know, it's a lot at once. So we'll start off here. As you enter in, you got this really big living room. So it's 2,100 square feet, and just there, after the first walkthrough, you could tell that this is optimized for the living areas, meaning the living areas are large, the bedrooms are not as big as they could be, because again, they optimized it for the living and the family rooms. So this one is the largest. It doesn't have high ceilings. It is a single floor. So it's not going to feel as large as some of the homes we've looked at with high ceilings, and not feel as big, but the room itself is large. We have this step up here, this transition, so this is kind of like the designated dining room. So you have here the formal place where you would dine and eat. And as we go into the kitchen, you also have this like breakfast nook area here. The kitchen is not the largest, and as you can tell, the refrigerator is new. But the oven here and the stove, the range, you can tell this is the original. A shortcut you could do for this is, instead of removing all the cabinets in the bathrooms and here in the kitchen, is, we've talked about it before, just refinish this, sand it down and paint it white, put some new hardware on. It'll look a bit more modern, but as you could tell, all the countertops, the tiling, both here in the kitchen and the bathrooms, would need to be updated at some point, based on my understanding of your tastes. Now, the kitchen is not that big, but a recommendation would be knock down these cabinets and then knock down this part of the countertops, and it would feel much more open. It'd probably cut into your breakfast nook area. You don't really need that since you have a formal dining room, but you could open it up and then put a nice island here in the middle. Okay, and then we have here the family room. So this is where you probably want to have a big TV, etc. You know, kind of remodel this fireplace, but it's connected right here off the kitchen. And again, where you would probably spend a lot of your time watching TV, etc. And then in here, I would take off these doors, but you have a nice wet bar. So you have a sink built in, you could have a nice bar here. So that's kind of cool, but yeah, I would take off the doors. And then moving on here to the back, this is the first half bathroom. So again, actually the baseboards, those are newer, so those weren't from the 60s, but that's probably about it that's been updated here in the whole house. You can tell it's when it's original, is these little skinny ones here. That's a sign of the original, so that's not present here in this bathroom, so this had minor updates. But you just have a toilet and a sink back here, and then you got a laundry room. Good sized laundry room. And on the first floor, because there's only one floor, so you don't have to worry about going up and down stairs when doing your laundry. And here's the garage, double car garage door, so you got this side, and they're both rollers, so that's probably also been updated. So finding little things here and there that have been updated. This is a newer water heater too, so there have been some minor upgrades, but the garage is pretty clean. especially this concrete slab here, there's only really this little crack. As we go outside, you can see there's some other larger cracks when it's sloping, but that's, again, common for a driveway that's on a hill. So that's the garage. And then as we've already kind of walked through, this is as you enter in the house, so from the front door, which I'm about to go to here, the right side is the living area, right? So left side is, or sorry, the right side is where all the living areas are, and then the left wing here is where all the bedrooms are. So we got this closet here with the electricity panel. And again, these rooms are going to be smaller. You have this kind of dead space that we talked about here. It's like, you know, this is the connection to all the rooms. Can't really use this space. But the rooms are, you know, again, for the square footage, 2,100, most of the room is in the living area. So this is bedroom number 1. This is the smallest one. It faces the street, gets some good light right now. And then here's bedroom number 2, a little bit larger. And original closet doors. And then before we go to the master, we'll go to the first full bathroom. So this is a sign of being original. Believe it or not, during this time period, they used carpet in the bathrooms. Not great for water, as you can see. It's kind of gross. There's stains in the carpet, but you know, you could, again, paint the cabinet here in the bottom, but you'll need to replace the countertops, and then the shower is old, the original. Okay, so that's the first full bathroom, and then we'll go here to the master. So there's no walk-in closet, but you have 2 double closets, one on the right here and one on the left. But this room is the largest room, and it feels much larger than it will be because it's basically empty. But if you know, when you put furniture in here, it's gonna shrink in size with a feel. So you just put a king bed in, and there's only going to be so much more that you can put in here. But as you can see here, window out to the backyard, you've got a lot of land. This is 14,300 square feet, and here would be a good place to extend out your master bedroom. You do have to address the roots, as you can see down there with this tree, so you'd have to clear that out in order to do it. But as you can see, you've got a good pathway to extend out the master if you want to do it. And then here's the second full bathroom. Again, carpeted in here. You could probably fit a double sink in here. There's enough space for it. But you got to replace the countertops, all the flooring. You got your toilet and then a shower stall here. Okay, so not too much to highlight for the bathrooms. Again, all this is the original. Okay, so this is the house. So we just went through the living areas, the bedrooms, and then now we'll go and look at the big lot that this property is on. 14,300 square feet. You got a lot. It's kind of like a blank canvas. It's maintained, but again, not much has been upgraded back here, but it's nice and flat, so you can do a lot of things. I already have this concrete here, so you could put nice outdoor furniture set. This grass is dyed, but it's nice and flat. You could probably extend this whole house out if you really wanted to. But it's good to have a nice kind of grassy area if you want it. These trees are pretty cool that it just kind of borders your property line. It goes further back, but it's got some privacy, or provides some privacy to your neighbors. See all these trees. The only thing is these trees are not very healthy. They're dying. You can just tell by the tree trunk color. That one's a little bit more browner, but you can see that's a grayish white. And then this is what you'd want it to look like, this kind of more darker brown. And then you can see the foliage and the greens, the leaves growing from it. These are just dead. So that's what I mean. It probably wouldn't be a big deal to just knock these 2 down if you wanted to extend this master bedroom. And I mentioned this to you, a couple properties in Moraga, on Moraga Way, if I remember correctly. But you got this nice long living area on the house, and then here's the master. If you were to bring this out, it would be that L shape, which would then border in a kind of central area here for outdoor living. So a lot of space here and a lot to work with. One thing, the knock on this place, and again, it's most likely due to these roots. As I mentioned, it's pretty flat inside, and this is the garage here. But you can see this has been raised, and it's most likely due to this tree right here. And it's got this crack here, and this is the garage, so it's not too crazy of an issue since it is the garage and not in the living areas. But this is not good to see these kind of cracks here on the foundation, these diagonal cracks. And again, it's most likely because of the roots system. And you can see, like, here's a big root right here. It's coming in here and pushing that up. So that's probably the only knock here on this property in terms of just looking at it from the bones of it. And this is just, you kind of, and you probably want to put a fence there because anyone can just walk back here. Okay, so again, this is not on the market yet. This is more of, are you comfortable with the amount of upgrades that you would need to do, knowing that it's all original? And that's the big decision to make. And actually, you know what? These vinyl sliding glass doors are upgraded, so that's one less thing. All right, so I will send this video to you. I also sent you kind of the response from Stinson's, and I know all these things are related. You're looking at Glengarry. This Brubaker came up, so let's try to find a time to either connect live or we can continue to communicate over email and messenger. But I know these are all interconnected on how you want to move forward with each one. Okay, thanks, Dede. Thanks, Ray. Bye.